Hi, welcome to your appointment. How are you feeling today? Yeah, your allergies not bothering you too much? Wonderful. Now, I know that our front desk was supposed to call you about 10 days prior to your appointment to make sure that you are not taking your allergy medicine by the time you come in, like a week before your appointment. Did they call you? They did. Good. Are you taking your allergy medicine still, or did you stop? Perfect. Thank you. We just like to make sure that everyone is basically at their baseline so that the results are as accurate as they can be. You know, if you're taking medication and you take an allergy test on top of that, the medication should kind of block the results of that. So we just like to make sure everyone is as clean medically as possible before our tests start. So just to kind of go over a few things with you. I know you've probably already covered all of this with the nurse, but I just like to double check. How long have your symptoms been going on for? Okay. Was this like a sudden onset of symptoms, or is it just kind of been getting more severe every year? Have you noticed? Is it like seasonal, or is it throughout the entire year when you're more exposed to one thing or another? Okay. Okay. Well, it could be that you have one or more main allergies and then some seasonal flare ups here and there throughout the year. That is entirely possible. I mean, we will find out, but maybe you have more than one allergy. Maybe you have multiples. So that's what we're here for. No problem. So I don't know. Have you ever had an allergy test before when you were younger? Okay. What kind of test did you have? Did you have like a blood draw? Did you have a skin test? What did you have going on? Okay. Do you remember what those results showed? Okay. And would you say that allergy has like stayed the same, or has it increased or decreased throughout the years? Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's no problem. So what we're going to do today is we're going to draw a grid on both of your front arms, forearms. We have two different panels we're going to test for. So our grid is going to be drawn out like this. And on the first panel, we're going to be testing for peanut allergies, tree nut allergies, goldenrod, dust, grasses, mold, dog dander, cat dander, pollen, wheat, dairy, and soy. And our second set will be set up identical to this on your opposite arm, but with some more specialized allergen testings. So the first set is the more common, the second set is more unique, shall we say. So, do you have any questions so far about the process? Okay, so if it turns out that you do have some allergens, what we would recommend doing is going next door to our lab, and they will do a blood draw, and that will run a whole host of panels. It'll let us know like the severity of your allergies, and then that way we can get with your primary care provider. Do you have a primary care provider? Yes, okay. And I'm sure you left all their information with check-in at the reception, but we will get with them and come up with like a game plan of what we recommend you do. We can do allergy injections, which are extremely beneficial, can be. It is up to the patient, though, to come in at least once a week and get the shot or shots in your arms, and you have to wait around after that has been done for about 20 to 30 minutes to make sure there's no reaction. So how that works is basically we start you off at a very low dose of exposure in this injection, and we give that to your body, and your body responds to it, fights it off, and then the next time you come in, we will slowly increase the dosage so that your exposure becomes less irritated, so to speak, so that you have less and less of a reaction to the increasing dosage. It does take quite some time because it is very slow. Obviously, we don't want to get you like the highest possible dosage right away because you could go into anaphylactic shock, and that's no fun. You know, an ambulance has to be called and all of that. So we like to go very, very slowly, but it does help a lot of patients. If you don't want to do that, that is certainly obviously within your right. We could discuss like an oral medication every day. Sometimes it takes some of our patients multiple different medications to figure out that sweet spot of what works best for them and their body. Everybody has a body. Every body is unique. So it's custom medicine, so to speak. So that's kind of what we are looking at. Obviously, depending on what your specific situation is, there may be something else entirely we recommend. Those are usually our two main recommendations, though. Kind of works for everyone within reason. So, how do you feel about that? Do you have any questions about the process, or are you kind of familiar with it and know what to do? Perfect. All right, so what I think I'll start off with is drawing out the grid on your arms. This is a washable marker, so that's not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and draw that out. Before I do that, though, let me put on my gloves, and I'm going to sanitize and clean your arm up to make sure there's nothing else on your skin that could impact the test results. How about that? So if you don't mind rolling your sleeves up, we can get to work. Medicine is amazing, isn't it? The things we can do nowadays. Before I start with this, do you have a latex allergy? No, not that you're aware of. Sure. Okay, well, everything here is latex free, but we do like to ask just to be tip-top sure. All right, so let me get my alcohol and the cotton pads. Okay. It was a beautiful day today. Very windy though. But spring is on the way. We do typically tend to see a lot more patients during the seasons change. So, welcome. All right, and let me just rub this on your arm here. Perfect. Nice clean arm. Okay, and that will dry very quickly. And I'm just going to draw our grid on. We have 2 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So let's do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. So let me go ahead and grab my samples. Now, once they've had a minute to sit on your arm, I'm going to take some measurements of anything that looks like it might be reactive, and just really the whole thing in general, because it will take maybe about a few minutes for your body to have its full reaction if there's going to be one. So, we'll take one when I'm finished, and then like a minute or two later, we'll take another reading, and that will kind of give us a better idea of where to go. So, let's begin. We're going to start off with the mold sample. All right, in your arm, please. Perfect. It's a very fast test. I know. Next is the goldenrod. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I'd never in my life had any kind of allergen before. Never had any seasonal allergies. Never had anything ever to go on like that. And in my third trimester, right when spring started, I became allergic to everything, specifically in my environment. Every tree, dogs, cats, every kind of specific kind of grass in my yard. Everything. It was awful. So, like I said, goldenrod. Goldenrod often has the responsibility for the seasonal allergies, hay fever, and that kind of thing. But I could not breathe. My eyes were swollen shut. I couldn't inhale through my nose. And because I was pregnant, there was nothing I could do about it, really. This is peanut. Peanut. I was told I could take Benadryl. That was safe for me to take. But with allergies that severe, Benadryl didn't stand a chance. So I tried a neti pot. Have you ever tried a neti pot for your allergies? Or something similar, a sinus flushing system? How are you feeling with these? Are you feeling okay? Any itching? Any feeling like your throat's closing up or your tongue swelling? Any tingling on your lips? Any tingling anywhere? And sometimes it can happen in the scalp. Anything? Okay, I'm going to keep checking on you periodically, but if you feel anything along those lines or anything at all, please let me know. We can make a note of it. We are fully equipped for any kind of emergency allergy related. So, if you feel uncomfortable in any capacity, just let us know, okay? This one is tree nut. But yeah, so have you tried anything to flush your sinuses out? No? Okay. Yeah, my doctor told me I could do that. And purely due to user error, it did not go well. At all. And I was too afraid to ever try it again. But I've heard good things about them. There's a lot of people that swear by them. But always consult with your primary care physician first. But I had to go through the allergy shots myself. And they worked beautifully for a very, very long time. But I think the efficacy has worn off on them because my allergies are coming back. I have to go through them again at some point. This is pollen. This is the big one this time of year. As you know, we have a lot of pine trees in our area. And when the wind blows, maybe about mid-April through the pine trees, it literally looks like there's just smoke in the air because of all the pollen everywhere. You drive past a wooded area and it looks like it's on fire from all the pollen just floating up. It collects in all the puddles, they turn yellow. It's a mess. But yeah, so my allergy shots were amazing. But now I take 2 allergy meds every day. And sometimes I get very silly and I think, hey, I'm great. I'm feeling really good. I don't need an allergy pill. Which is silly because that just means my allergy pills are working. So I'll stop taking one and immediately regret it. Immediately regret it. So there's pollen. still very, very bad. My whole face starts tingling, my lips swell up. I get hives and rashes all over. This is soy. This one can be kind of tricky because you can read all the labels you want. But if your food or product is created in a factory where they process any soy, for some people that can still cause a reaction. So you have to be extra careful if this one flags up. Same with peanuts and wheat and dairy. Those are big ones. But once you know what your triggers are, you can obviously do a lot more research into that specific trigger. The good and bad news of the internet is there's information everywhere. You just have to be sure you're finding the right information. I always recommend research, 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 but take what you find to your primary care provider. It can help guide you down the right direction, hopefully. This is dairy, speaking of. This is another tricky one. Aside from possibly being processed in a factory that has dairy in it, dairy is in a lot of products people don't even realize, or dairy byproducts are. So it's just another one you have to research and find out about if it flags up for you. I did the skin test when I went in right after my daughter was born because I could not continue the way I was. I had to get, obviously I got tested because I got the shots, but they did my test on my back. And this one is dust. And they did the grid. And they said that they had never seen someone react so severely from just a skin test as I did. My entire grid bled into one giant welt on my back because I was so reactive to absolutely everything they put on it. Thankfully, they didn't test for any food allergies, and I don't have, knock on wood, I don't have any food allergies, but they did all environmental panel on me, and my goodness. Basically, it was just yes. Yes, you're allergic to this. Yes, you're allergic to that. 100% absolutely yes. So dust. And at the time we had 6 big dogs that were inside dogs. And dogs and cats ended up being my biggest allergen. And they came in the room later and they knew that I had dogs because I've talked about them. And they said, well, you know, you don't have to get rid of your dogs. There's things that we can do to help you. And I said, oh, don't worry. I was not going to. It's like I didn't care what I had to do. Getting rid of my dogs was not going to be on that list. So here's wheat. And like I said, I did my shots for maybe about 2 years. And my allergies, I don't want to say they went away, because obviously they didn't go away, but they were very well managed. I guess I should say I didn't need to take any other medication for them. But they came back. Unfortunately, now I don't have the time to go get shots done. But I managed just fine with my oral medications, so there you go. All right, and that one is wheat. That can be another tricky one. especially where factories make other things, even though your specific item might be wheat-free. Always read the labels. So this one is dog dander. And of course, if it ends up to not be a trigger for you, then you don't have to worry so much about it. But it is good to know, either way, because you never know who does have the allergy or sensitivity. So, dog dander. Let's see. Oh yeah, because of my allergies and my journey with that, it got me interested in the field. Isn't it funny how life works? Perfect. Are you still feeling okay? Any tingling? I know it's going to be itchy, but do try not to scratch it because that could affect the test. Aside from itchiness, any symptoms? Any tingling on the top of your head? Tongue swelling? Go. Can you stick your tongue out for me, please? Okay, that's good. Any lip tingling? Do you feel hot anywhere specifically? Like maybe a rash is coming on or something somewhere? No? Okay. These are for grasses. Yeah, when I cut my grass. And around here, that starts normally around April. No, it doesn't. It starts in February. It goes on until about November. I have to wear glasses and a mask because otherwise, even my allergy medication cannot handle the allergens that get stirred up with that. Okay, it's really bad. If I forget my mask, my daughter comes running out, waving a mask for me because she knows how bad my allergies are. All right, and this one is cat dander. But even if you do have allergies as severe as mine or more severe, you can still have a good quality of life. You just have to manage it. Food allergies might be a little bit more difficult to navigate, though. That's why I can't speak to that. Okay, so that was our last one with our first panel. And I'm just going to take a few notes on this and ask a couple of questions. All right, so let me check the time. Okay. All right, so are you feeling well still? Are you lightheaded at all? Any dizziness? Okay. Like I've mentioned before, any tingling or swelling? Okay. You're doing great, don't worry. Okay. Do you feel that any one of the quadrants is more reactive than another? Okay. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to do my measurements here. And we're just going to go down the row here. Let's see. We're going to start off with the peanut. Okay. All right, and the tree nut. All right. Okay, stick that on that side. There we go. Perfect. Okay. All right. So let's see the goldenrod. Okay, perfect. And the dust. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Looks like that one does have a little bit more of a reaction than we would hope for, but that's okay. And for grasses, okay, the grasses seems to be reactive so far. And the mold. Alright, mold looks good. No reaction yet. Dog dander. Okay, no reaction yet. That's good. And the cat dander. Alright, perfect. No reaction yet. Okay, let's test the pollen. Okay, that one does seem to start with a reaction. Let's see how that develops. And wheat. Alright, perfect. No reaction yet. The dairy. No reaction yet. Alright, love to see that. And the soy. Let's see what we have. Perfect. No reaction yet. Okay. Alright, so we're going to let those sit for a few minutes. And like I said again, I'm going to reiterate it time and again because it is very important. If you do start to feel anything beyond a mild itchiness where these are located, please do let me know, okay? It is very important. Alright, because with allergies, things can get real bad real quick. But again, we do have everything here to handle that, but we do need to know, obviously. We're not mind readers. Okay. So, our next set is more unique, like I said. So, let's take a look at those, shall we? Let me grab that. Okay. That's in my paper clip. No, that's not paper clip. Clipboard. Over there. Okay. So we are going to start with your other arm. And let's take a look. We're going to start off here with coffee. They may be a little different, but there's definitely a reason that we do these. Okay. Perfect. All right. Next we have Puma. And this goes for both the brand and the large cat. We like to make sure everything is good and mixed up before we start. Okay. And here we go. Perfect. Okay. Next we have tea. I would be devastated for either coffee or tea to come back positive. Okay. Perfect. All right. How are you feeling with everything? Do you have any questions yet? Not yet? Okay. Next, we have laundry detergent. And this is not for scented or unscented. This is for all laundry detergents. So if you came up positive for this, you would have to figure out some other method of getting your clothing cleaned. Maybe you have to buy fresh clothes all the time. we're going to do water. You may scoff at this, but it's come up positive before. I don't know what happened to them. We had to refer them out. So let's see. Being H2O intolerant can be difficult. Your arm, please. Thank you. Perfect. All right. Next, we have popcorn. And this is not for all corn products. This is specifically popcorn. Although if you do test positive for this, the blood test we would do next door does include corn. So let's make sure it's good and mixed up. And see what we get. Oh, these bangles, honestly. More trouble than they're worth. Okay. Perfect. All right. My goodness, these are very secure. Next, we have cashmere. This one would not bother me if it came up positive because I don't own any anyway. But hey, I don't know your circumstances, maybe. All right. If you are a cashmere fan, let's cross our fingers this comes up negative. Perfect. Okay. Next, we have music. This is another one that would be upsetting if it were positive, but certainly I'm sure there are ways around it. All right, your arm, please. Thank you. Perfect. Are you still feeling okay? Any swelling? Any heat? Okay. Any tingling? Lips? Tongue feeling okay? How about your fingertips and your toes? Any tingling there? Okay, perfect. Next, we have goldfish. And like the Puma, this covers the cracker brand or the brand in general and the sweet little fish. Goldfish. All right. And these results will go into your medical chart, so no worries when you go see your doctor if you can't remember exactly everything we tested for or what the results were. They'll know. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what we have next. Next, we have oxygen. This does not cover the cable channel, just so we're clear. This is just regular oxygen. Okay. Yes, I know that it's not a liquid, but the people that put these together for us have made it so we can do this in a skin test. You know what we don't test for but should would be snake oil. That would be a good one to test for. Maybe I'll put that in as a note for future testing. Okay, and then we have fun. You would be surprised at the amount of people that claim to be allergic to fun. Or they claim to not be allergic to fun, but in fact, they are fun intolerant. That might be even worse. Okay. Perfect. You're doing great. Don't worry. Still feeling okay? Lovely. Okay, and this is our last one for this panel. This one might surprise you. We're going to test to see if you're allergic to sharks. You never know when it may come up. It's a very serious allergy for some people. I know we live in a landlocked area, but they could be anywhere. So, arm please. Perfect. Thank you. All right, let me set these to the side. And make some notes. Okay. All right, and you're still feeling okay? Okay. Check the time. Do you feel like anything is more reactive right off the bat than something else? Okay, that's good. Okay. Let's see. Make some notes. Okay. So this whole time there's been no tingling? No tongue swelling? Do you feel like your throat's closing up at all anywhere? Perfect. Okay. So let's do our measurements. Let's see. Get my measuring tape here. Okay. So let's do our water. Okay. Thankfully, that looks non-reactive. Okay, we'll test the oxygen. Oh, that one looks like it might be reactive. Let's see. Okay, and Puma. That one looks like that's reactive as well. That's interesting. Okay. Fun. Do you feel like you're fun intolerant or allergic? No? Well, let's see, shall we? So far, no. So far, no reaction. So that's good. Tea. Equally non-reactive so far. Coffee. Also non-reactive so far. Perfect. Music. Let's see. Good news. So far, non-reactive. Cashmere. Oh my. So far, non-reactive. Okay, we're on a roll. Laundry detergent. Ooh, that looks like that's definitely going to react on that one, so you will figure out a new way to wash your clothes. Goldfish. Okay, that one is so far non-reactive. Popcorn. Okay, so far non-reactive. Wonderful. And shark. Let's see. Ooh, that one is definitely reactive. Oh my. Okay, well, we will have a discussion about that. Right now, I'm going to go back and measure your first panel again and see if anything has further developed since we did our first measurements. So, check the time again. Okay. So we're going to start off with peanut. Okay. That has not changed. That is non-reactive. Tree nut. Okay. That is also not changed. Non-reactive. Wonderful. Goldenrod. Okay, that has developed a little bit more, so I would definitely say that is one of your allergens. Let's check with dust. Okay, that is also increased a little bit, so we're going to mark that one down as being a positive. Grasses has also increased a little bit. Okay, don't worry, these are all very common. These are all relatively easily treated. So next we have mold. Okay, looks like that is non-reactive, so good news. Dog dander has also not changed. Perfect. And cat dander has also not changed. Wonderful. So no allergies there. Pollen has not changed, but it was registering initially as being reactive, so we'll put a tentative positive on that. Next is wheat. That has not changed. Non-reactive, negative. Dairy. Good news, has not changed. Negative. Next we have soy. Okay, that has not changed. So, not allergic to soy. So I'm going to give your second panel a few more minutes to develop, and I'm going to wipe your first arm off. So let me make my notes here. Looks like we're positive for goldenrod, dust, grasses, and pollen. Okay. And we will get our first notes here, our second notes. And we'll come back to that here in just a minute. For now, let's get the rubbing alcohol back out. And our cotton pads. Okay. Do you have any questions about these test results yet? No. Okay. If you do, that's no problem. And often during appointments, I tend to get overwhelmed and think of a million questions later. So if you do, you are welcome to contact our office whenever you think of any questions, even if it's ask a question, hang up, call back, ask a question, hang up, call back. That's no problem. A lot of this can be really overwhelming for a lot of people, so that's fine. Alrighty, let me get that all wiped off for you. No problems. Alright, are you a little itchy? Would you like some cream for that? It's an antihistamine cream. Yes, sure. It can be really soothing. This is a hydrocortisone cream. I have this exact size jar in my house, and I have to go through it every spring because them allergies be intense. does help quite a bit. This will take that itch right away for you. So, let's get a little bit here. Okay. And just tap, 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 tap. All over. Is that feeling better? Yeah. It's pretty instant, isn't it? This stuff is amazing. Good. I'm glad you're feeling better. And thank you for not itching during the test. Like I said, that can be very disruptive to the results. So let's do the measurements for your second set, shall we? Okay, before I start, same questions. Any tingling? Okay. Any swelling of your tongue or your throat? Okay. Anything going on with your extremities? Fingers, toes, arms, legs? No. Okay. Wonderful. All right, so we're going to start with measuring your water panel. Okay, that has not changed. Good news. Next, let's go with your oxygen panel. That has increased a little bit, so you are definitely allergic to oxygen. Next, we have your Puma panel. Oh my. That has definitely increased, so highly allergic to Pumas. Okay, and your fun has not changed. You are not allergic to fun. Okay, and tea. No allergen there. Perfect. Coffee. Perfect. No reaction to that either. Okay, music. No reaction there. Love that. Cashmere. Has had no reaction. Wonderful. All right, laundry detergent. Okay, there has been an increase in the laundry detergent reactivity, so I would definitely mark that as a positive. Goldfish. No increase. Wonderful. And sharks. Let's see. There was a substantial increase in that. Okay. So, my word of advice is stay away from sharks. Popcorn has had no increase. Wonderful. All right. Any questions? And like I said, this will all be emailed to your provider. Okay. And shark. Yes, that does go for all sharks. Okay, let me clean you up. And arm rubbing alcohol. You did really well. Thank you for your patience. Okay, all that's coming up. Yeah, but the rubbing does feel good, doesn't it? It can be pretty itchy. All right, and would you like the hydrocortisone cream on that as well? Of course. Happy to. All right. Now, I would recommend you staying here for about another 20 or 30 minutes just to make sure that there's not a more severe reaction going to come down the line here. All right, and oh my goodness, there we go. Let's see. Perfect. Oh, that feels so nice, doesn't it? Okay. Now listen, just because these unexpectedly, some of them, came up positive, does not mean that your life has to be drastically different, okay? You are still the same person you were an hour ago before these diagnoses came in, right? It's just a diagnosis. It is a tool to help make sure that your provider and your allergy doctor take the best care of you that we can. Your diagnosis does not change who you are. You are still the same person, okay? Like I said, it's just a diagnosis. It just gives us a jumping off point on how we can treat you and take care of you so that you can go on to live the best life that you can. So, do you have any questions right now? No? That's totally fine. Like I said, I know personally, the second I'm in the car or I've had a chance to digest everything, all of the questions hit. So feel free to do your research on your own and come to us with any questions. But before you ever do anything physically, please speak with your primary care physician first, okay? Because they might know some contraindications for things and things like that. So, as always, it was a real pleasure spending this time with you. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your primary care physician or to myself. I will have this information over to them by the end of the day. And I look forward to seeing you next time.